Operator 99.
Then we dredged the sedan out of the water. It's certainly the most valuable car in the world. There was $250,000 in gold built into the body.
And Belmont almost got her.
Unfortunately, we didn't get Belmont. Headquarters is getting impatient over the fact that he's still at large. I'll have to answer their letter tonight. No, don't bother. I'll dictate it on the machine and you can type it up tomorrow.
All right. Good night, Jerry.
Good night, Joyce. Confidential data in the Belmont case. In Jim Belmont, we are dealing with a criminal genius. Following his spectacular escape from custody, he did not hide out like the average criminal. Instead, he conceived a daring plan to steal the crown jewels of the Archduchess Cornelia from the Glenview Bank.
Lock this up in the strong room, will you, Benson?
Yes, sir. It will only be for a little while and be a great convenience to me.
We're happy to be of service to you.
Thank you.
All set?
Everything is working smoothly. Calling F2. B1, calling F2.
F2 speaking. Come in, Chief. We're ready to go.
Start rolling. The keys are in the top left-hand drawer of the information desk. The case will blow up in 2 minutes.
Right. Let's go.
Get the fire extinguisher. I'll turn in the alarm.
Where's the fire?
In the safety vault in the basement, Chief.
You see the result of perfect planning and timing, my dear?
Yes, but Farrell had better be out of there before the real firemen arrive.
We heard the explosion. The fire's in there, back of the vault, in that...
Glad you got here. This won't put it out.
Why doesn't he hurry? There he is.
I'm burning my face. I have to get to a hospital.
Farrell! study of Belmont's methods reveals one dominant characteristic. He has, as his associates, only expert criminals. This suggests a method of drawing him into the open.
Theft of rare paintings still unsolved. Looting of city museum remains a mystery. Police are at a loss to guess how the theft was engineered. With guards on watch inside and at every door, an unidentified man performed the impossible feat of stealing the painting.
I'd like to meet the man who had talent enough to do it right under the noses of the police.
Talking about the museum robbery?
Yes.
I found out who did it.
Who was it?
A guy by the name of Shaw. I found out about it from Harris, one of the boys. Shaw was smart enough to steal the pictures all right, but now he doesn't know how to dispose of them. They're too hot.
We could sell those paintings to our agents in the East. Shaw would probably be glad to get a small cut. Get word to him that I'll meet him and make a deal with him.
Better make this a good job, Ed. Have to meet Belmont face to face.
How close do you expect to get to him?
Close enough to handcuff him, I hope. He fell for the story I planted about the museum robbery. Finally, a message filtered through that Belmont would meet Shaw 9 o'clock tonight in the rear of a building on Garrick Street.
You will be sure. I've been making up our operators for 10 years, and I've never had a complaint yet. How does he look, Miss Kingston?
Put the wig on him so I can get a better idea. Why, it changes you completely, Jerry.
Well, I only hope it fools Belmont tonight.
Freeze! Who are you and what do you want here? I'm Shaw. Just a minute, Shaw. What's the idea? Just to make sure you don't have a gun. Okay, go down those steps to the basement.
Don't come any closer, Shaw. Unroll those paintings so that I can see them.
All right. Don't move. It's an arrest, Belmont.
Yes. I recognize your voice now, Blake. But you've aged a lot lately, haven't you?
I'll feel a lot younger when you're behind bars.
You'll never put me there.
Drop that gun. Be quick about it.
I prepared an unpleasant surprise for anyone who tried to double-cross me. The bulletproof glass was part of it. Now, you'll get the rest.
Joyce, another second I'd have been a goner.
Where's Belmont?
He's on the other side of those flames. Let's find another way to get into this place. And Belmont managed to escape through a secret exit. Carlson, the man that Joyce captured, refused to tell us anything. However, I did find this blueprint in his pocket. It's a slim lead, but it may tell us where Belmont plans to strike next.
It looks like a large industrial plant of some kind.
Yes, it does. But it only shows part of a plant. And there's no name on it.
Apparently in this corner there are 2 large tanks marked chemical settling tanks. That's our clue. Only a plant handling chemicals in large quantities would use such large tanks.
Well, that's true, except that hundreds of plants use chemicals, and it'll take a long time to find out which one this is.
Nevertheless, I must locate the owner of this particular plant and warn him. I think I know how we can save a little time. First of all, George, you'll want to know the names of all plants in the city that have permits to store chemicals. Go to the fire commissioner's office and get a list of all such permits issued to plants in the city. I'll get a similar list from the county.
Right.
Fred, you'd better make a couple of copies of the blueprint. We'll each need one to check with.
Obviously, you have good news.
I'll say I have. Everything's set. The armored car will deliver the payroll to the Tacoma Chemical Company at 3:30 sharp.
Fine, fine. We'll go over the plans once more. Give me the blueprint.
But I gave it to Carlson. He was going to work with me on the job.
That means Blake has it now and we're in trouble.
It won't do him any good. I tore all the names off of it.
Well, at least you thought of that. If anyone but Blake had it, I wouldn't worry. Nevertheless, we'll go ahead as planned. Rita, call Mort and tell him to get over here in a hurry. I have a little scheme. I'll keep Blake so busy he won't have time to interfere.
Have the county list. Did Joyce get back yet?
Yes, she did. She picked up her copy of the blueprint. She's out checking on it now.
Great, then I'll get to work on mine.
Hello? Yes, just a moment. Jerry, it's for you.
Hello? Yes.
Mr. Blake, this is Charles Bedford of the Bedford Chemical Company. Our company manufactures a secret compound for the government, and I'm afraid someone's going to attempt to steal the formula.
What makes you think so?
Well, just recently we discharged one of our men for snooping around my office. And now we find that a blueprint of our plant has disappeared.
I'm very glad you phoned me, Mr. Bedford. I have the missing blueprint right here, and I've been trying to identify it. I'd advise you to put on an extra guard at once, and I'll try to pick up the man you mentioned. Could you give me his name and address?
Norton Corby. He lives at 362 Holmes Street, room 24.
I'll check on the man immediately. Thank you, Mr. Bedford. Glance the break. I'm on my way.
Come in. Up with him, Blake.
So the great operator 99 walks right into Belmont's trap, just like any ordinary mug.
We all slip sometime.
Yeah, but this is your last time. Better turn around. I never did like to shoot a guy in the back.
Now tell me. All right, we'll both answer it. Say yes or no as I direct.
Hello?
Harvey. Has Blake arrived?
No.
He's due there any minute. When you dispose of him, go to the road outside the Tacoma chemical plant and cover Farrell's getaway. Understand?
Yes.
So it's the Tacoma Chemical Company.
Laundry, check the list, please.
Can't do it now, because the armored car with the payroll is due. Besides, you boys will have to wait outside until the money is checked and deposited in the safe. Rules, you know.
Well, I wouldn't want to break any rules.
Oh, you can take the soiled towels with you as you go.
She would have to show up now. That armored car will be here in a minute. What do we do with her?
Get some towels out of that hamper and we'll tie her up.
All here.
Thanks, Jim. See you next week.
Okay, Joe.
One peep out of you and you're finished. Tie and gag him so he can't give an alarm. I'll get the money.
girl was in fell out. It must have stopped Blake, too.
Good. That takes care of both of them.
You better pull up here a minute so I can close the door in the back.
Calling all cars. Stop and investigate all Green Star Laundry trucks. Search for Matt Farrell and Rita Parker, wanted for payroll robbery. Farrell is attired in Green Star Laundry outfit. That is all.
If they'd identified Farrell and Rita, it means Blake was on the scene. No matter what we plan, he blocks it.
Yes, but it looks as though Farrell and Rita got away with the money.
What good is the money if Blake gets the serial numbers of the bills and publishes them? And the laundry truck. He'll have every garage in town searched within 24 hours. We've got to get rid of it.
I'd better call the garage.
Yes, and tell Salko to have Farrell call me as soon as he gets there.
Word from Belmont?
Yeah, I want you to call him.
Hello, Jim. Had a little trouble with Blake. All right, I'll wait here.
What's bothering Jim?
Blake's gotten out of broadcast. Now the cops are searching for us in the truck, so you'll have to get rid of it. Drive it out the back road into the hills and run it over a cliff into the lake.
Well, what about you?
I'm waiting here for Jim. He's coming here to pick up the money and then fly east with it. Where can I put this till Belmont gets here?
Right in there. You can hide there, too, if the cops show up.
Are you sure that the Tacoma Chemical Company was on Joyce's list?
Positive.
She may have arrived there at the time of the robbery. It's all right, I'll get it. Hello? Are you all right, Joyce? We've been worried about you.
They carried me away in the laundry truck. Rita was trying to ditch it, but I got it away from her.
Good girl. What happened to the payroll money?
Farrell has it now and is in the super service garage on Fairfax Road. Belmont's going there to pick it up and fly east with it.
I'll get right down there. Do you think you can get back here all right in the truck?
Surely. Unless the police pull me in for the payroll robbery. You better get started.
Right. Pull down the fort, Fred. I think we'll catch Belmont with the goods this time.
Taking Belmont long enough to get here.
He's probably having trouble arranging for the plane. I'll be back in a minute. I got to take this outside and make a fitting.
See anything of Belmont's car?
No. Maybe he's not coming.
Why, of course he's coming. He's got to pick up the money.
Then we'll be waiting for him.
Blake.
All right, put him up.
So Salco double-crossed me.
No, he didn't. I took him by surprise and borrowed some of his clothes. All right, turn around. Put your hands behind you. You're a little late, Belmont. All right, turn around. Farrell's already a prisoner.
the bag Rita left in the truck.
The usual paraphernalia.
A radio log. Look, someone has checked that piano concert.
That's right. This program was broadcast yesterday. I wonder why it's marked.
Well, Belmont's a musician. That's reason enough.
Not for me. Jim Belmont has a motive for everything he does. PAG. It's a Kansas station. We'll wire them for a transcription of the program and have them send it by airmail. Maybe it will give us a clue to Belmont's next move.
So now you understand, my dear, that it was necessary for me to hear the broadcast yesterday in order to learn when this pianist Carlotti would arrive in this city.
Yes, I understand. Carlotti is coming here to play the accompaniments for this highbrow fiddler, Morello, at a concert. And you want to steal Morello's fiddle.
Not just the fiddle, my dear. His Stradivarius violin. It may interest you to know that the instrument is valued at more than $100,000.
Well, $100,000. Oh, some fiddle. How are you going to get it?
That is where Senor Carlotti will help us. With his assistance, I should have no difficulty whatsoever.
You have just heard the final number of Signor Roberto Carlotti's farewell program over this station. This world-renowned artist leaves tonight for a concert engagement on the West Coast, where he will present a joint recital with Giuseppe Morello, internationally famous violinist.
So Mr. Carlotti's a good pianist. Exactly where does that lead us?
It convinces me that Jim Belmont is interested in his movement.
But why?
I don't know, but I intend to find out in a hurry. Call the depot, find out what time the train arrives, and meet him. In the meantime, I'll get all the information I can about Carlotti.
That's a new one on me. Chaperone to a pianist.
I am honored by your presence, Senor Carlotti.
What is this outrage? What do you want? Who are you?
You may call me Caldwell. Charles Caldwell. Senor Carlotti, I'm going to substitute for you as Morello's accompanist at the concert tonight.
Impossible. You're mad. No one can substitute for me. I will have no part of your devilish schemes.
You are to telephone Morello that you're obliged to leave the city at once because of a sudden death in your family. You are to say that you are sending your friend Charles Caldwell for an audition.
No, I will not. Oh, I see it all now. You intend to do some harm to Morello, huh? I'll refuse.
And if you refuse, we will smash those highly trained fingers of yours, one by one.
No.
Morton.
Yes, sir. I consent. What do you want me to say?
Your speech to Morello is already prepared. Study it carefully. There must be no mistake.
Hello? Yes, Joyce, what news?
Bad news, I'm afraid. 2 men boarded the train at the East Side station and persuaded Carlotti to get off there with them.
Did you get a description of the men?
Not in any detail. I talked to the Pullman conductor, and from the way he described them, one of the men could have been Farrell.
And probably was. Anyway, we do know that Carlotti is supposed to play the accompaniment for Morello, the violinist, at a concert tonight. You'd better return here immediately, and we'll go to see Morello at his hotel.
Senor Morello?
Yes?
I'm Professor Caldwell.
Yes. My friend Carlotti telephoned that you would come.
I trust that I shall be able to take his place as your accompanist.
I hope so, although I doubt it. However, it will take but a moment to determine. technique is excellent, my friend. We must rehearse at once. I'll get my violin. You know it's a Stradivarius, so naturally I keep it under lock and key and allow no one to touch it but myself. There. Is she not beautiful? But when you hear her voice...
Magnificent. I almost regret having to deprive you of it.
What? You dare!
Keep quiet or you won't live.
Come in, Farrell.
Well, you got it all right.
Of course. That's what I came after. Tie him up. Wait here.
Well, that's that.
Blake. Put that violin down, Belmont. You won't need it where you're going.
Are you suggesting that a harp would be more appropriate?
It will be if you don't drop that gun. Now move over against that wall.
Yes, he'll be at the intersection of Acton Road.
Calling Gorman. B1, calling Gorman.
Gorman speaking.
I can't switch cars as I had planned. Blake is right behind us. Get set to run him off the road.
Okay, Chief. I'll stop him.
Take my gun and see if you can nick one of their tires when we get within range. It's too bad Belmont escaped, but at least I captured Farrell.
Farrell?
Yes, I left him at Morello's hotel, handcuffed. So I'll have to fix this tire and hurry back before Belmont gets to him.
Losing that Stradivarius violin was bad enough. But having Farrell captured by Blake was even worse.
That's right. We need Farrell.
Yes, I know. I'll free him as soon as possible. But I can't make any plans until I know what Blake intends to do with him.
You can't very well walk into his office and ask him.
No. But I can let him sit there and tell us everything we want to know. Water?
Oh, yes. Over there. Any information from Farrell?
No, but I found this in his pocket. I'm quite certain it's the key to a post office box. And if that's where Belmont gets his mail, we're on the right track. Joyce, will you take this key to the postmaster and see if he can tell you which post office branch issued it?
All right. That's the last time we'll use that post office.
Supposing they can't locate that box for Joyce.
Then we'll have agents watch every post office in the city.
My dear, this is a wonderful opportunity for us to get Joyce Kingston. With her in my hands, I can force Blake to release Farrell. We'll simply exchange prisoners.
That's smart thinking, Jim.
Hello. This is Blake. Rita Parker?
Listen carefully, Blake. We're holding your secretary a prisoner, and if you want to save her life, you'll have to release Farrell within 2 hours.
Let Joyce come to the phone so I'll know if you're telling the truth.
I think I can convince you without that. We got her. She came out of the post office building with that key. Now, do you believe me?
Maybe.
Remember, you have just 2 hours to decide. And by the way, don't waste time having agents watch the post office branches. We won't be using the mails from now on.
Wait a minute. She hung up. Belmont's holding Joyce a prisoner and threatens her life unless we release Farrell.
How do you know?
From what Rita Parker said on the telephone. We've got to get Belmont now. Let's question Farrell once more.
He won't talk, Jerry.
Well, it's worth a try. Come on. I got it.
How did you ever guess there was a dictaphone in here?
Because Rita spoke of my agents watching the post office branches. And I didn't mention it until after Joyce had left. Here, open it up, see what type it is. See what range it has. Anything that will give us a clue.
I know this type well. It has a range of only 4 blocks.
It's a lot of buildings within an area of 4 blocks square.
Wait a minute. Look, see this little loop? It's a directional aerial. What position did you find this gadget in?
Like that.
It's pointing to the north.
That means whoever was listening to us is within an area 4 blocks to the north. This is our district. Let's see what's north of here.
The Mid-City Park takes up 3 blocks. Well, that leaves only 1 block of buildings to cover.
Yeah, those buildings are a department store, a row of small shops, and on this corner, a theater.
The old Velasco. But that's been closed for 2 years.
And that's exactly where I think we'll find Belmont's headquarters.
Belmont himself in this district?
It'd be just like him. He's very daring and always does the unexpected. I'm going to take a look at that theater.
Someone's tinkering with the piano backstage. Put her in the closet and then get out of sight. Toss your gun away, Blake. Miss Kingston's already here. Before I ring down the curtain on you, Blake, I would like to know how you found your way here.
By the way, haven't you forgotten Farrell? I thought you wanted to exchange him for Miss Kingston. Bring him in, boys. And when Jim Belmont fired at me, his bullets went through the closet door. I heard a scream and a fall. Later, when I opened the door, she was lying there, dead.
It was tough luck for her.
It would have been worse luck for me if Rita hadn't hidden herself in the closet. She was standing directly in front of me when Belmont fired through the door.
She got the final payoff from her own boss. In the final analysis, even Jim Belmont wasn't so smart. He could easily have been a leader among men if he'd picked an honest profession. Instead of that, all he gets is a police burial. This is the entire file on the Jim Belmont and Associates. Mark it, case closed.